Hey everyone, so got another great round of phone battles here with the LG V20 against the Samsung Galaxy 8 Plus. Now I already did a comparison of the LG 6 versus the Galaxy. However, the LG V20 is still pretty new, just about 6 months old. And also, like the Galaxy S8 Plus, is a larger phone. So let's go ahead and power both phones on. Now this is the first episode of Phone Battles I'm filming during a thunderstorm, so let me know what you think of that in the background. Actually, not sure how much of it you guys will hear on the camera, but imagine you hear some of it. Alright, so with the Galaxy S8 Plus, you have the Snapdragon 35 and 4GB of RAM. With the LG V20, you have the Snapdragon 820 and 4. And as you guys saw, Galaxy first one to boot up. But still pretty fast boot up times on both. Alright guys, so let's get started with the specs. So LG V20 screen is 5.7 inches and 6.2 for the Galaxy, although they are different aspect ratios. Now both are very similar resolution. On the LG V20, 513 pixels per inch. On the Galaxy, 529. Front-facing camera on the Galaxy is 8 megapixels. On the LG, it's 5. Taking a look at the bottom, so both USB-C and headphone jacks. The side. The top. And the other side. And then a look at the back. So on the LG V20, you do have two cameras here in the back, 16 megapixels, one is wide angle. And that's really something I like about the LG phones recently. Seem to be adapting that for all the major phones. And on the Galaxy, you have one camera, 12 megapixels. Both phones' fingerprint scanners on the back. On the LG, it's right here. Prefer the placement right there. And on the Galaxy, it's over here. Now, also worth noting that although these are both pretty similar in size, the LG is a little bit bigger. So in terms of height, actually both pretty similar, but in terms of width, you guys notice the difference here, which does make it a little bit easier to hold the Galaxy phone. Alright guys, so as you see, everything's closed out on both phones. So let's go ahead and start with them pronto. And this one should be a pretty easy win for the Galaxy, just because it has Snapdragon 35 versus 820. And yeah, not much of contest here, so pretty easy win there. But let's check out more of the basic apps. And I do prefer the screen quality on the Galaxy. This has a little bit more vibrant colors and gets brighter as well. So easier to see things like the sunlight. Next up, got NBC News. And this app has been pretty slow recently. I think I might switch it out with something else. I originally had CNN, but I know a lot of you guys don't like that. So switch to this, but as you guys see, very slow loading up. But it looks like the first one to load up is the LG. Alright, so next up we got iFunny. Alright, so that looked like a tie to me. Very close. YouTube. Slight advantage there for the LG. Calculator. And clock. Alright, eBay next. Alright, so advantage there for the LG. LG doing very well. Let's do Asphalt 8 next. So another one that should pretty easily go to Galaxy. Keep in mind, for the Snapdragon 35, it's not going to have much of an effect in day-to-day use stuff. That has more to do with how the phones are actually optimized, how the software and everything is. But with games, definitely will see improvements with the Galaxy, as you guys just saw there. Alright, so next up we got photos. Alright, so it looked like a edge there to the Galaxy. ESPN. In this app, another one I'm probably going to switch out for something else. You guys let me know if you have a favorite sport app. And yeah, you guys notice on the Galaxy, for some of this, you're going to see a little bit of a pinkish screen. So I do have that red tint issue with the screen. Next up, settings. Now they say they're going to fix it in the software update, but who knows if that's true. Alright, so win there for the LG. So yeah, I thought LG did very well for the app opening. Obviously the Galaxy did win the games. Let's move on to more stuff. So into the benchmark. Alright guys, I actually have to re-download Antutu for the LG V20. Forgot, did uninstall that. So at the end of the video, I will show you that. Next up, let's go to Chrome. Alright guys, we're going to do a few sites. Let's go to Nintendo.com first. Alright, so Advanced for the Galaxy. Let's do IGN.com next. IGN. And slight advantage for the Galaxy. Let's go ahead and do Yahoo. Alright, so another slight advantage for the Galaxy. Next up, let's do Imdb. And this will be the last one. Imdb. Alright, I took my outfit. I think it may have been the Galaxy, but I'll write a comment down below. Regardless, web browsing is going to the Galaxy. Alright guys, so next up, let's do camera speed test. And I will have a camera comparison on my channel. Going to be doing a camera comparison versus LG 6 first, but eventually I will get the LG V20. But for now, testing out the speed. Let's move this cactus back a little bit. You guys can see it here. Alright guys, so focused on the cactus for both these phones. Testing out the speed. So yeah, a little bit faster for the Galaxy, but obviously both extremely fast. And again, I will be having an actual comparison of pictures and videos in the future. Alright guys, so next up we got the Kingman Scanner. So again, both are on the back. On the LG it's right here, on the Galaxy it's right here. And as I always mention, I'm not a fan of placement on the Galaxy. I will say I did get a case, and it makes it a little bit easier to access it. Because at least now I can more easily find it on the back. But regardless, still not a fan of it. Usually enter my PIN. Alright guys, so let's do a quick speed test here. Alright, so looks like the Galaxy a little bit faster at the Kingman Scanner. However, again, I do prefer the LG, just because of placement. Alright, so last we got multitasking, and after multitasking, I'm going to run to-do on the LG, so stay tuned for that. And let's go ahead and round up the specs real quick. So LG V20 5.7-inch screen, Galaxy 6.2, both pretty similar resolutions. On LG, you have a second screen at the top. Very cool for things like quick settings. If you're watching YouTube video, getting notifications, battery life percent, things like that. So pretty cool feature there. Now, front-facing camera on LG is 5 megapixels, on the Galaxy it's 8. Rear-facing on the LG 16, you have 2. And on the Galaxy 12 megapixels. Both these phones, 64 gigabytes internal storage and micro SD card support. 3200 capacity battery on the LG, 3500 Galaxy. However, the LG is one of the only phones remaining that actually has a removable battery, so can take out the battery, swap it out for a new one. LG is Snapdragon 20 and 4 GB of RAM, and on the Galaxy, Snapdragon 35 and 4. The Galaxy is waterproof, the LG is not, and both USB-C. And then, of course, the Galaxy is going to be a few $100s more expensive, so keep that in mind. Alright guys, so let's do some multitasking. And we are going all the way back to the beginning with Temple Run 2. Alright, so good sign, neither phone reloading it. I think that was a slight edge there for the LG. Alright, next up we got iFunny. Extremely fast in both. YouTube. LG here. Actually, the Galaxy's still loading up. Alright. So, we'll do a few more and I'll give my final thoughts. Next up, let's do our other game with the Asphalt 8. Alright, so again, very, very good sign for both. Neither phone loading it. Again, the big majority of phones really load that app, but these ones not. Alright, so we're going to do camera and then Chrome last. Very fast on both. And last, let's go ahead and do Chrome. Here we go. All right, yeah, so I think that multitasking might be a slight edge there for the LG. Both phones, though, did excellent for multitasking, basically just avoiding the animation difference between the two. All right, guys, and as mentioned, here's a quick look at the Antutu scores. So 144,000 for the LG, 168,000 for the Galaxy. And for Galaxy, this is the highest you see on any Android phone to date. All right, guys, so I'm going to round this off by saying 3 things that I like about each phone over the other one. So with the LG V20, do it to say second screen at the top here, pretty awesome feature of getting notifications and being able to see battery life percent, access quick settings, things like that. Next up, I really like that the LG V20 has a removable battery, and this is really so rare now. Let me just show you guys. So just like that, and you know it's really great because in a year or two, Galaxy battery is probably going to be shot like it usually is. Well, actually, Samsung did say that they did improve the battery like lifespan for it, but you actually have to wait a couple years to see if that's true. But regardless, I don't really want to find it out. I'd prefer just having the LG where you can easily switch it out after a year or two. Also, you can carry around extra battery with the LG, so that is an awesome feature. And really, there's really no one else out there doing that now. And finally, I do like that the LG is a few $100s cheaper, so that's a really huge thing here. You can probably get this for, I don't know if I'd say half the price, but probably close to that compared to Galaxy at this point. Now for the Galaxy, I will say first and foremost, I do like the overall screen more. Now that's putting aside the red tint issue, but I do hope they actually fix that. It just gets brighter, it has better viewing angles. I just like the overall quality a little bit more. So yeah, easier to see in the sunlight, brighter colors as well. Also, I do like the design more of the Galaxy. So yeah, you have nearly edge screen display. And then on the back, you have glass versus metal. And the Galaxy is just more comfortable to hold. The LG, at least for me, it is a little bit big. I know it doesn't seem like a big difference when you guys are just watching the video, but it really is. The Galaxy is much more compact, much easier to hold. It has rounder edges, and especially when you're going like this, and you have them on top of each other, you guys can tell the difference there. So just for example, it's pretty easy for me to go like this, reach all areas of the Galaxy screen, and then for the top as well. Kind of have to put my pinky down there at the bottom, but I've been doing that with phones for a really long time now. By comparison, the LG, so the second screen at the top, while it is really cool, I can definitely not access it with my one hand. Also, just going across it, it is a little bit harder to access the screen. Let me show you that again. So yeah, design, display, and then the third thing is that it's waterproof. So yeah, that's something that they did do with the LG 6, but of course LG V20 doesn't have it, and might be related to having the removable battery. Now keep in mind, it doesn't cover everything. For example, I like the LG software a little bit more. It's not as intrusive as Samsung's TouchWiz. Also for the Galaxy, obviously I do like that Snapdragon 35, so it will be better for games. But yeah, guys, that basically covers it. Now, in terms of which one won, that was extremely close. You guys let me know in the comments which phone you think won. Obviously, both did win in certain areas, but overall, I think it was very, very close. But I would definitely recommend looking at other things like battery life, camera comparisons, and again, I will have all those on my channel in the future. Alright, everyone, so thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more. You can do that by clicking the top left corner right there. And you can do that especially if you don't want to miss any of those comparisons that I have planned. Or if you want, you can watch another video right now by clicking the bottom right. Alright guys, thanks again for watching.